Rob Black is referred to as porn's dirty whistleblower. He actually served a year and 1 day in prison because he, quote, distributed obscene material. Actually, John Ashcroft went after him because of the type of pornography he was producing with his wife. In fact, his wife served 1 year and 1 day in prison as well. Now,
so what kind of porn did they do? Why'd they go to jail?
Now, the type of porn that he produced included scenes that depicted rape. There was one scene that depicted a disabled person, looking like the disabled person was being raped. So
that's
of
pretty
course,
dirty.
It is, yeah. But okay, so it is dirty, but I feel like that's the type of pornography that gets a lot of attention right now, right? Like I remember doing a point episode on porn, and there are a lot of scenes that look like the woman is not consenting, but as Nina Hartley says, of course they're consenting. They're actors and actresses that are signing a contract, and they're doing what they want to do for the camera.
And where's the line, right? Because
Yes.
in 98% of Japanese porn, the women say no in the beginning, right? And then there's a lot of screaming, and not screaming, but squeamishness. And then by the end, they're enjoying it, maybe? I can't quite tell, right? And by the way, that's actually the worst message you could send out. Don't worry if she says no, keep going, she'll love it at the end. Like, oh, that's a disastrous message. But it's a different question of whether you agree with it morally or you don't, and whether somebody should go to jail for it.
Right.
And where do you draw that line?
So he did go to jail, and he is understandably bitter about it because he says, look, this is something that happens in the porn industry on a regular basis. This is the type of pornography that gets the hits, that gets a lot of attention. And why is it that I serve time in prison for doing what I did, but other porn producers don't? Now, what's interesting is he fought this case for like 6 years, and it made him lose a ton of money. He contacted Larry Flynt because he needed some financial support, and Larry Flynt gave him the middle finger and basically said, look, I don't like non-consent porn, right? Even though in real life it is consent. They did agree to do those porn scenes. But because of that, Rob Black is very, very bitter about what Flint did. And since he was running out of money, he took a plea deal, and so did his wife. And that's why he served a year and 1 day in prison.
So what's he doing now?
So now that he is done with probation, he's out of prison, he has decided to continue on with the porn industry. But another thing that he's doing is he is doing his own podcast where he's a porn whistleblower. And he's naming names, and he's talking about what's happening within the porn industry. He's talking about porn producers that aren't good to their actors and actresses, that exploit their talent, that have ties to the escort industry. So he's coming back, and he's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, it sounds a little bitter, man.
Like a disgruntled former employee, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, really? Look, in the beginning I didn't know that porn stars also sometimes did escort work, but when you think about it, pay for sex is almost the most logical thing you can imagine. And of course they've got much higher value because they're a porn star, so guys are like, oh, I saw your tape, now I get to have sex with you, etc. So I get it. But like, what are you proving? They're not doing anything, well, actually it is illegal, but like, what do you want them to go to jail? I mean, I think prostitution should be legal. Now my guess is that Rob Black would agree with that, but he's bitter that he went to jail and nobody else is. And treating your employees bad, that sucks. But it's not necessarily illegal either.
Right. He's also revealing drug problems within the industry. So I get where he's coming from because of the fact that there was a double standard there. He served time in prison for doing something that a lot of porn producers do already, that do now. But
if he blew the whistle on other kind of rape scene porn, then he's kind of like Jack Abramoff, to use a weird example. Like, here's how I used to corrupt politics, and now I'm out of jail, but I'm whistleblowing on the people that used to corrupt politics with me, and here's how they did it. But no, he's going after drugs and escorts. Nah, man, this guy's super bitter. I'm ruling against him.
And by the way, he kind of reminds me of the Young Turks because in his
Jesus.
Hold on. No.
This sounds terrible.
I know. Look, it's a weird comparison, but he's very anti-establishment within his context, within the porn industry, right? So he talks about how he hates the porn establishment and he hates the fact that they like kind of turn their back on him in his time of need. So this is like his moment of strike back. And
that's why I'm trying to wonder why you don't hate this guy. And I think so you like him because he's doing strike back.
Look, I think okay, I have a few issues with the way that he was treated. First of all, I'm not into violent pornography that depict rape scenes, right? And I understand that there are like some constitutional arguments in favor of it, whatever, we can have those arguments later. But what I actually do want to talk about is ridiculous obscenity laws, right? Because how do you determine what is and is not obscene, right? How do you prosecute someone for distributing obscene material? And also, you can get prosecuted for that, but if you have obscene material on your computer, you can't get prosecuted for that. It's all very weird and strange.
No, I hear you. Let's just establish that the funniest thing that happened here was the idea of the porn establishment. like there's this like porn, please. They go to do the porn and the director is like, I do declare. This is part, this one is not part of the porn establishment, please.